Hi guys, welcome back. This is lesson 18, problem number 3, and you should have in front of you right now your module book with a pencil and an eraser. We are drawing shapes again, as we have been the last week and a half, and we are on problem number 3, which is asking us specifically to draw a rhombus and a rectangle. I have some tools out to help support you. For example, this is a protractor tool, and it can help you estimate the angles. Now, remember that we are working with four-sided shapes here. So those are called quadrilaterals, but there are a bunch of different types of quadrilaterals that we can draw. Types of quadrilaterals you've already seen and drawn have been trapezoids, which only have one set of parallel lines. And then most recently, rhombus, which you see right here, and rectangles. Now, a rhombus has four congruent sides. That means that all of its sides have the same length. Okay, that's an important attribute or feature of a rhombus. They have to be the exact same size, each of the lines. And its opposite sides are parallel, which you can see here. You can see that this side is parallel to this side, and that this side is parallel to this side. Okay, these are parallel lines. So this is a rhombus. A rectangle is going to have four right angles, and it's going to have opposite sides that are parallel and congruent. Now remember, another feature of a four-sided figure is that its interior angles, that's this and this and this and this, these four angles, interior angles, we call them interior because they're inside, are going to sum up to 360 degrees, just like a circle. But neighboring angles, this angle and that angle, are going to sum to 180. That's half of 360. So you have 180 here, these two pairs, and then 180 here. That gives you 360 degrees. We're asked to draw a rhombus and a rectangle below. I've drawn the rhombus, and now we're going to draw the diagonals and measure the side lengths. So I'm going to erase the lines I just made, and we're going to draw a diagonal using a crayon or colored pencil from one vertex to the other. That simply means from one point where the lines come together, like this, to the other, to the opposite. So this is one vertex, and I've drawn a line all the way to the other. And we're to measure this after we've drawn one line from the opposite vertex, from this vertex to this. Now we've cut this into four sections. And we should be able to see that this angle, once we measure it, will be, when summed with this angle, will be 180 degrees. But we don't have a ruler here. We're going to estimate the size of this. This appears to be about 2 inches. Perhaps it's a little more. So that would make this section right here 1 inch. And then, of course, this section would be 1 inch. And since it's a rhombus, this side must also be 1 inch, and this section here will also be 1 inch. So you have 1 inch by 1 inch, 1 inch by 1 inch, because remember, in a rhombus, all four sides are congruent. They have the same length. Okay, so that is our rhombus. Now you're going to do the exact same thing for a rectangle. Okay, remember, your rectangle is going to have four right angles and two sets of parallel lines. This side and this side are parallel. This side and this side are parallel. You've got your right angles in here, your right angles in here. And now you will split it from vertex to vertex, and you will measure. If you have a ruler at home, great, use it. Use it to measure how long this point to this point is, okay? This is where they intersect. This is where the two lines cross each other. All right? And you have done number 3.